Hi, readers. You spent this whole week thinking about relationship issues in your book club books. You've thought about how characters inevitably get into conflicts no matter how close they are with the other characters in the book. We've thought about investigating what are the real issues at play here. And we've also thought about how the different characters contribute to the conflicts that arise between them. Today, your job is to bring together all of your best thinking and your best ideas into one little beautiful nugget that you're going to share with your teacher and your classmates. So I'm going to walk you through the assignment for today, and hopefully this will give you a little bit more insight into what your teacher is looking for. So in your Schoology page, you should see a page that looks something like this in the Friday folder. Today, your job is to take all of the great ideas you've had about the relationships issues in your book and turn them into something you can share with our class. You will either explain your ideas in writing or create a visual graphic to post on Sway. So just to take you to Sway, this is what the Sway for my class is going to look like. Your teacher's Sway might look a little different for this week, and that is just fine. Okay, so here's what you need to do. You have a lot of options and choices, so listen carefully so that you know what you need to do. You're going to pick what to write about from either option 1, where you're going to write long, or option 2, where you're going to create a visual or a graphic. Those of you who like to explain your ideas in writing, option 1 is for you. Those of you who like to be a little bit more artistic and show your ideas and thinking using some kind of interesting layouts or using PowerPoint, this one is for you. You get to choose which question to answer, and you only have to answer one as long as you can create a full page of ideas, evidence, and explanation. That's right, you heard it here, evidence. We're talking direct quotes and paraphrases from your book club book. Don't forget those page numbers. So let's dive into option 1. If you want to write long, you're going to pick one question below to write long about. You're going to make a claim and use at least 2 pieces of evidence. This should all sound pretty familiar, writers, because we've been doing this all school year. You're going to explain your thinking in as much detail as you can. You should end up with about 1 page of writing. If you run out of things to say, you may answer 2 of the questions. Like if I start with question 1 and I only get half a page, I might continue on with question 2. So option 1 is what conflicts are the characters having with each other in your book? Who is involved and what are the problems? Cite evidence. This is kind of a simple one. Number 2, what have you noticed about how multiple characters each contribute to the conflicts in the book? Are some characters more to blame than others? That's an interesting one. And option 3, how are the different conflicts in the story impacting the protagonist? Remember, protagonist is that main character. How do conflicts impact other characters? This is for your writing. The second option is to create a graphic or visual. So you may create a drawing, a graphic, or a PowerPoint slide that illustrates one of the options below. Be sure to label your graphic and provide at least 2 pieces of evidence from the text to support your ideas. So you still need evidence even if you do option 2, the visual or graphic. So one thing I could do is rank all the conflicts in the book from most to least important. So like the most important conflict would be a conflict that really lasts a long time, it has a big impact on the characters, or it's hard to resolve. The least important is quick, not a big deal, easy to solve. Okay, you're going to rank them. The other option is to show how the different characters in the book each contribute to one conflict and how that conflict is impacting each of the different characters. So one thing that comes to mind is my notes from yesterday's lesson on Thursday, where I was thinking about how both Skip and Will both contributed to that conflict, right? Like Will put tape on his brother's head. Annie had a history of being mean to Will, but like Will contributed to the conflict by ignoring his brother when he wanted to throw the ball, and maybe that hurt Skip's feelings. So this is like one little notes page that I took this week. I got to turn this into a bigger graphic with evidence and a little bit of writing explaining my thinking. So this is not enough for my graphic. I got to do a little more than that. Okay. So once you have decided which one of these, option 1 or option 2, you're going to go ahead and get started with that. So let me show you an example of a graphic that someone did. This one is exploring the character Little Man, and you can see that the person put the different characters who Little Man has conflicts with all around him and explained under each one. This one has a great amount of explaining and evidence in it. This would be option 2, a graphic. Okay. For option number 1, if you want to write long, I've attached this graphic organizer. If you would like to organize by claim, evidence, and analysis, there's also some sentence starters right here to help you. So you can use this if you want to help you. Your write long might also look something like this. Remember this color coding we used to always do? Claim in yellow, transitions in green, evidence in red or pink, and analysis in blue. So if you want to take a look at this, you can pause the video, and this one's about theme, not conflict, but you get the general idea. Claim, evidence, analysis with transitions in between. Okay. Last thing is how to turn this in. So if you do option 1, the write long, you're just going to type it up and post it on our class Sway blog. So once again, you're going to go to Sway and you're going to hit that little edit button. And then that's going to allow you to just copy and paste your own writing into our class Sway blog. Okay. If you did option 2, a graphic, you need to send it to your teacher and they will post it on the Sway blog for you. If you can't figure out how to do that, it's a little tricky with pictures. So if you need help, just send it to your teacher. You can email it, text a photo, or send it through Office 365 if you use PowerPoint. Okay. So to get to PowerPoint, you might want to go to Office 365. So you'll go to the seattleschools.org webpage. You'll click on the blue pencil like always. If you're really comfortable with PowerPoint, this should be easy for you. If you're not super comfortable with PowerPoint, this could be a good way to stretch your skills. So click on the student portal right here. This is where you're going to find all your apps. Many of you have been using this and you totally know this already. Log in with Active Directory, and our job is to find PowerPoint through Office 365 in Clever. Hopefully your internet is not as slow as mine. I'm so sorry about this. Okay, so Office 365 looks like this. I'm going to click on that. And hopefully you also don't have as many tabs up as I do. This is a very bad habit. You should definitely close your tabs when you're done. Okay, look at PowerPoint right here. Go ahead and click that little baby right there. And you're going to hit new blank presentation. And you can just go to town creating one slide showing your visual, all your thinking, if you choose option 2 for talking about relationship issues in your book. Okay. When you're done to share it with your teacher, you're going to do what you always do. There's going to be a little share button that pops up right over here. See that? You click share and you can share that with your teacher. Readers, I really hope that you're enjoying your book club books right now. They're such awesome books and they have so much to think about in terms of relationship issues between characters. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your best thinking about this. Have fun.